Hey everybody, XJoey1X, and on the tubes today we have to put the 1983-ish coffee pot back in the box. I guess what it was doing was not performing. It would make a cup of coffee, but I guess it really wasn't that good anymore. It came with all this nice original stuff. Looks like my grandmother got an $8 refund or rebate. Came with like a booklet here. I think I have a couple of videos of this I'll put in the description. You could buy different kinds of products. You could look at the new products. How do you clean it? Filters. You have clean water. You could buy different water things that clean itself. Then there was an appliance center where if it broke, you could bring it somewhere. So it's a part so it could dry out, so it could go back into the box. So this is the bottom. You have water that comes from the basin, gets put in, it gets heated up, and then it gets put back up top. It sits like that, and then it comes out the top here. There's a piece, it goes into these holes, and under the holes go this thing. Two times. You put coffee in it, and then it drips down, and the pot keeps it hot. So what was happening, I'll just try to show you here. Yeah, you could see good, was that it sat like this. No big deal. Let me just get it together like rudimentary. Okay, so it sits like this, right? You put your desired water in the top, it fills this, depending on what. Put your coffee in there, pa-pa-da-pa-da. And I'm sorry, there's a selective switch that sits in here that goes dark, 1 to 5, okay? Turns on, turns off, auto, and then you can fast, slow, or brew. What happened was, as the water would come up the tube and go into this resin basin and go through the grinds, it's hard to explain. This would warp and it would open like this, and the hot water would drip out the sides, and if you went like this, it was water. Coffee was the only thing that came through the top, and it would bow and buckle, and then when you're done with it, it would be like that. And then when you were done, you would take the coffee out. I like to open this up, let it air dry, and then eventually it would go back to its normal design. So I guess what Jay was saying, in a nutshell, yes, there's another one to the right of it. I'm trying to explain it. So he or somebody was saying that all this stuff is plastic and it gets warped, and this has nothing in it. It just lets the water go. So if it's dark, no water goes into this reservoir, right? But if it's light, right? Yep, if it's light, and you go like that, you can see this little groove allows some water to go in here, which would then, now this is stained. This is in the plastic. I can't even scratch this off. So then what he's saying is, you know, it goes into here, but I guess when this video airs, Jay, you're gonna have to explain to the users and me is that if I have perfect holes here, and this is in here, and this is non-obstructive, right? And this is just beat up because the coffee. Can't replicate that. Look, smell-o-vision. Oh, I know everyone's like, ew, that's nasty. Let me hit pause for a second. So on the right, this broke. This is a 12 cup. This looked like this. Sorry. That, yes, this is the box. This looked like this. Right degree handle. It had 12 cups, and this obviously is what this is. So this breaks, shatters. In 2022, because I looked it up, I purchased this. This is the dumbed down version. This is just on, off. This doesn't have any time. Same exact 1 to 3. I didn't open this. No cover, so dust could get in. This little sticker was warped from the factory, so I would put this 8-cupper in here, and that's what we used. Then I broke this out, and the wife was like, "No, I want a brand new one." Okay, which is fine. I would have to take this apart anyway. So this is either never used or cleaned, compared to used every day since 1983. You know, look at that. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, you could take this, you could put this in here, but then you could put this in here, and you But what I'm trying to explain is, other than coffee remnants, the holes, everything is the same. It's been cleaned. So Jay, please explain to me, why do you think this machine started warping if all the holes are not plugged and corroded and still the same sort of circumference from the factory? Especially when I lift it, because all these holes are not, they're not warped. So inside the machine, other than cleaning it now, it was fairly clean. I could understand, oh, you know, it was cleaned every once in a while, because it has to be. Now it's going to collect dust and debris. It's going to get a wipe down. But that's it. The water, you know, my wife was saying that the water, when she was done, the coffee grinds, some spots would be dry, where you could actually pick it up and still sprinkle it. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this hole is free. You know, this hole is free. You know, which goes like that. You know, there's a traveling tube. If you put the light to it, you just see a little bit of sediment from the water, but if I put light to it, this whole tube is free. This is the tube that sits in here that allows the hot water to come up, and so we're done. I'm sorry. I know it's vintage. What are you doing? I said, but you know, enough for nothing. Sometimes, like, come on, man. What are you gonna use, the same coffee pot for 125 years? It warped itself out. I was lucky enough to take it from my grandmother. This got completely ruined because I used it every day. This used to look like this. It's a shame. The original coffee pot I forgot what the actual verbiage is. That's gone because it's broken, so it's not even the original. And I have the original box that it came in, and it was from Bamberger's. This is definitely somewhere in Queens, New York, and it was marked down. Oof. I don't think this was 92. It's hard to read this. This is a stock number, class, department, whatever. So it was $50, and with a pen, someone upside down crossed it off and said, "No, we're gonna make it $32.99." And this box is in better shape than everything. And then it came with this thing. I don't know if this is Norelco. You're supposed to get twatty, and you're supposed to be like, "Oh, hon, you done with the coffee pot? Huh? You done?" And this was the thing you did in the, this is what you did back in the day. You just, "Oh, what's that? That's my coffee pot. Oh God, that's my coffee pot. That's my coffee pot." And that's what you did. You put the box in the garbage and you enjoyed the rest of the goddamn coffee. This is all I could tell you. And then you wanted to make coffee. You took this down. You went like this. Oh, okay. All right, Dolores. Hold on. And you put it away, which was never really away. You put it over here and you said, "Oh, you want some?" Or you filled it up with water. Took the cover off, maybe. You filled it up with tap water back in the day because there was no Brita. And then you were like, "All right," and then you went like this, all right, okay. All right, you put this back without breaking it, right? You put this down, you pick this out, you put this here, you took the paper thing, you put the paper in, you got your grinds, 1, 2, whatever, and you put it in here, you plugged it in, unless it stayed plugged in, and this machine just went up, and then you walked away, and it fucking went, blip, 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 and it filled. And then when it was done, you shut it off. You went like that. You get those psh, psh, and you said, "Oh, tell me when." Oh. Well, let me hit pause. I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to show you what in the God's fucking name replaced it. Right. Right. Now, of course, I made coffee this morning, so please excuse the mess. It comes with a filter, within a filter, with the filter, and you have to use the cap because it comes with one of these things that allow the cap to push up on it. Why? Because then you could take this out while it's brewing, pour that fresh cup that you can't wait 30 seconds for, and then put it back in. I'll do a run up on this another time, but it exactly is what it is. It's on or off. You could program it. 1 to 4 means that if you have this up until 4, it makes it more flavorful. I don't know. This makes more water come out, and this will turn on when it feels as if it's ran enough cups. What I don't like is that this is what the normal manual setting would be as far as bold or 1 and 4. I don't know what they're doing or how they mimic it, but it's sealed, or at least it doesn't let me open it. So whatever China Metronics that are in here, it's probably no China. It's probably just a plastic flap. You put the water in here, you fill it to your desired amount, you shut it, you put all your accoutrement in there, and you hit brew. You could bold it 1 to 4. They say anything after 4, make sure you don't click this or bold it. Bold means the maximum amount of water comes in and comes out of these holes and goes through these coffee grinds. That's going to wrap this up. This is going to be another video. This temp allows the bottom to stay on, but the machine stays off and doesn't call for more water to go in the coffee grinds. That is something I like. If you drink coffee all day and you have a cup every couple hours, you could just hit the carafe or carafe, I forgot what it's called, and then that will give you an indicator here, and you could say, oh, I like it on low, and your coffee will stay warm all day instead of microwaving it. Hit like, hit subscribe. That is what replaced the coffee pot downstairs. Upstairs, inside, outside. Look, it's already China, China, do 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 do. I wanna know, I'll buy the China for you. I leave it open because the water that stays in here creates moisture. When it's closed, and if you only drink coffee at 7 in the morning, 24 hours later, you get more water, see? So I like to let it breathe, and so it doesn't get moldy. And the best part is now it's black, so you can't see the mold. Hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next cafe video.